Alright, hi, Richard Moore here from 8-Step-Startup. We are a few hours away from midnight in the UK here, so we're about to hit 2016, it's New Year's Eve. So many people have been asking me today about goals for next year, how to set them, what mine are as well, and there's some really wonderful comments and messages coming through, so thanks very much for sending those over. Rather than email you all of you, and I do my best to get around everyone, I thought I would share with you everything just by video. It makes life a lot easier, that way I don't have to repeat myself too much, so I hope you don't mind that approach. The bottom line is, when you have goals, or you have dreams, or you have objectives, you have got to write them down. Because firstly, you need to be able to remember what it is you set yourself to do. Be specific. Okay, but also you need to be able to reflect and appraise at the end of that 12 months, at the end of 2016, you need to be able to say, right, what did I say I was going to do? Have I done it? If I have, how could I have done better? If I haven't, how could I have done better as well? Okay, so make sure you're writing them down, keep them somewhere safe, and return to them every so often. But writing a goal doesn't make it happen. What makes a goal happen or get achieved is understanding why you do it, or why you want that to happen. If you understand why you want something, then you'll understand the motivation behind it, and that's more likely to make it happen. Okay, so if I just say I want to be a millionaire, it's not really sufficient. But why do I want to be a millionaire? What would I spend the money on? What would that make my life look like? Who would I share the money with, or whatever it might be? That's going to make it a little bit more real. I'm visualizing the actual reason, and as a result, I'm going to be a lot more compelled to actually work on it. What you've got to also do, as one of my mentors originally told me, he said you've got to think about the future and reverse engineer your way back from that. Also, that was a tip provided to me by Pip Marlow, the CEO of Microsoft Australia, and she said you've got to look at where you want to be and work your way back. So it's really simple. If your goal is X, then what do you have to do to get there? You know, in 6 months, what do you have to do? In order to get to that point in 6 months, what do you have to do in 3 months? In order to get there in 3 months, what about in 2 months? In order to get to that objective in 2 months, what about in 1 month? In order to get to that objective in 30 days, what do you have to do right now? So you're creating, I've described this on my course, you're creating a pathway. Each of those milestones and objectives are the way in which you can tick off your route to success. Okay, Sir Andrew Lykerman himself, the Dean of London Business School, one of the most prestigious business schools in the world, said to me, it's all about these milestones and objectives. That is how you measure your performance against these goals, and that's how you know which direction to take as well. Okay, so think about structuring your approach. How do you follow particular steps or milestones to actually get there? Okay, the background though really comes down to research. So you've got to understand that in 2015 going to 2016, you have never been in a better position to achieve goals in your startup business, because all the information you could possibly want, it's online. Okay, if it's not online, you'd be stunned, but that it can't be found there. But if not, then it's certainly available for mentors as well. Okay, by researching online, by looking at mentors, people put free stuff out all the time on YouTube because they want people to visit and subscribe to their channels. You can learn a plethora of skills, and you can make yourself pretty epic pretty quickly. As a result, that's how you get people like the likes of which have, you know, millions of subscribers and viewers, creating that really overnight. You know, pretty much within a year. That's very achievable. So there's nothing that can't be found out about. There's nothing you can't teach yourself pretty much for free. But don't try and find something completely new and reinvent the wheel. It's just a lot easier to see what's out there and make the best of it yourself. So look at the people who are the best. Look at the mentors you want to follow. What are they doing? And again, reverse engineer it. How can you make that help you achieve your own goals? The next thing you've got to do, though, if you want to achieve goals in 2016, whatever they are, you've got to work at it, okay? You've got to work. And there's so many people that I encounter who aren't willing to work. They just can't step away from the PlayStation, or they just can't step away from their favourite TV show. And we all know about the 10 dark years, or the the long haul that comes before success. Most people never talk about it, but it is there, and it has to be there if you really want to make it. And I want to leave you with something that Tim Grover mentions in his amazing book Relentless, when he talks about cleaners as the ideal role model for someone who really makes things happen. What he always says is that when it comes to stepping out of your comfort zone and pushing yourself and then eventually succeeding and winning or achieving your goal, or even your milestone on the way towards those goals, yes, you celebrate or are happy for a moment. You do pause to reflect on how well you've done, but then you get on with it. While people are still patting on your back, you're cracking on with the next thing. Okay, so don't celebrate for too long. And I think it was perfectly put in The Everything Store by Brad Stone when Jeff Bezos's Amazon got its first $1 million, and I think they all wanted to throw a party, and he said, that's not the way I want to do things, you know, well done, but there's going to be a lot of other milestones, and otherwise we'll be partying all the time. So this is part of a journey, you know, achieving goals. It should be, yes, you know what, I feel good, maybe I'll take the day off or something, but then I'm going to get back to it. Whatever your goals are in 2016, all the best. It's been a fantastic 2015, and I want to personally thank every single one of you that has supported 8-Step Startup and been phenomenally valuable in all of the comments and insight and shares and likes and everything that you've done. And wish you the very best for the year ahead. I hope we interact with each other more as we go forward. Have a great New Year's, and speak with you very soon.